Good afternoon. Please stand and we'll join John Ulrich in singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Faculty, students, parents, and relatives, distinguished guests, and friends of the university, I am delighted to welcome you to the 160th commencement of the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. This year is the 132nd anniversary of the founding of the first normal school in the state of Wisconsin. That was the birth of what has become today the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. During these 132 years, over 40,000 students have received degrees from this outstanding institution. This afternoon, approximately 600 additional degrees will be confirmed. Commencement is a celebration of accomplishment, of success. It is a time for students, faculty, family, and friends to remember, to reflect, and to anticipate the future as these candidates accept their degrees and new roles as alum of this institution and begin a new phase of their lives. The graduating senior chosen to deliver the valedictory address today is Miss Erin Placo. She is completing a bachelor's degree of science in the College of Liberal Arts and Education. Her major is psychology. Miss Placo is a non-traditional student, having started her career several years after completing high school. She has won several scholarships which help pay her educational expenses. She also worked almost full-time to support herself and her two children, while achieving the Dean's List and Chancellor's honors on several times. Erin has done volunteer work at Family Advocates for 5 years and led a support group there. She has completed internships with both Family Advocates and Parkview Terrace Nursing Home. She is well on her way to achieving her career goal of working with the elderly in long-term care. She has already started a full-time position in the social services office at Lafayette Manor Nursing Home in Darlington. Obtaining her degree is one of the final steps toward certification as a social worker. She takes justifiable pride in the fact that this spring, as her daughter graduates from elementary school and her son from high school, she is about to become the first member of her immediate family to complete a college degree. Erin, please join us at the podium.
Thank you for attending UW-Platteville's Spring 1998 Commencement Ceremony. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our families and friends for their continued love and support. It is an honor to have been selected to speak to you. I have learned many things through my life experiences, and I would like to share some of what I have learned with you today. I hope that you will find my message helpful and important. I came to college 15 years after graduating from high school. I had made some rather poor decisions in my life, which left me with a bleak future and few options. At 33, I had 2 failed marriages under my belt, 2 young children to raise, and a part-time job. It was obvious that something had to change. My children deserved a better example than I was providing, and I wanted to achieve personal success in my life. On the advice of a stranger, I began the process of enrolling in UW-Platteville. Many times during the initial process of enrollment, and later when I was a full-time student, I almost quit out of the fear of failing. I never did quit because I knew I wanted to make my family and friends proud of me, and I wanted to be proud of myself as well. Along the way, I have come to realize the important things I mentioned earlier. The first thing I learned is that fear and courage are not mutually exclusive concepts. Courage is learning to face your fears. They go hand in hand. The brave person can and will be afraid and still manage to do what they have to do in spite of it. You are just as courageous. Have confidence in your abilities and face the future knowing that you have the strength to do what you have to do. Another thing that I would like to pass on to you today is that life is a process of trial and error. If you haven't experienced it yet, let me assure you, you will make mistakes. Education doesn't prevent it. Age and wisdom doesn't prevent it. We will all face choices in the future, and sometimes we will make the wrong choice. I have learned through experience that the best thing to do in that situation is to correct what can be corrected and then go on, because it is never too late to begin again. Which brings me to my third point, and that is, no one is a true failure unless they don't even try. If we don't attempt to right our wrongs or correct our mistakes, we have no possible hope of obtaining a successful outcome. In addition to the reassurances that I have given you today, let me also issue a warning. Life sometimes has the tendency to become a chore. While we must face responsibility and fulfill obligations to our employers and to our families, it is also very important to remember that you have an obligation to yourselves, too. Take a little time each day to relax and do something you enjoy. The tasks that are temporarily put aside will still be there waiting when you return. Taking a few minutes a day to relax will not only be beneficial to your physical and mental health, but it will allow you to enjoy your lives rather than just endure them. Today we graduate, and many of us face unknowns. It may be frightening, but it's okay to be afraid because we are strong and we can be courageous at the same time. We have our education as a strong foundation, and we are capable of facing choices and making good decisions. If we make some poor choices, we know that the power to change our situation is within us. And we realize that we cannot be true failures as long as we try to correct our mistakes. The future lies not in the hand of fate, but in ours. This motto is appropriate now in 1998 as it was at my high school graduation 21 years ago. At this time, I would like to congratulate my fellow graduates. I want to wish you all the best of luck in the future, and I want to say thank you very much for sharing this college experience with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. William Oosterheiss, our principal speaker today and the recipient of the 1986 Distinguished Alumni Award. Bill is a Platteville native and completed a Bachelor of Science degree here in 1962 with 3 majors, chemistry, mathematics, and physics. He holds a PhD degree from Carnegie Mellon University and taught there after completing a fellowship in England. He has held position with the National Science Foundation and the White House Offices of Science and Technology. Since 1991, he has directed several programs in the Office of Basic Energy Sciences in the U.S. Department of Energy. His current project is planning and constructing an accelerator-based neutron source at Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Bill, please share your thoughts with us.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, especially those of you who are members of the class of 1998, mothers and fathers, members of the faculty and staff of the university, and Chancellor Marquis. It's an honor to be here to help you celebrate the achievement of a significant milestone. It's been 36 years since I sat where you are sitting, and I have many good memories of my 4 years here at Platteville. I confess I don't remember a single thing that the commencement speaker said, or even who the speaker was. So I don't have any illusions about this. But today I wanted to focus on our expectations for the future and our commitment to do the very best we can. Platteville is a special place, and I think we all know it. Platteville is known as the Pioneer College, but what does it mean to be a pioneer? A pioneer needs to have high expectations. I hope that you all have high expectations for your life after college. High expectations for yourselves, high expectations for your children, and high expectations for your country. Many of you will be teachers, and most of you will have children of your own. We need to set significant goals for our children, and then we need to exert ourselves to help them reach these goals. Don't make any mistake. The children have to do the work, but they become strong by doing the exercises. There's a well-known story about a class of students who were labeled as gifted and talented. On the first day of school, somehow this gifted and talented class was interchanged with a class of slow learners. Of course, the teachers had high expectations of the gifted and talented students, but they were in the classroom where the expectations were far lower. In the meantime, the slow learners were in the class for the gifted and talented, where much was expected. After several weeks, the school discovered the mistake, but they were greatly surprised to find the slow learners performing at a very high level indeed. And the fast learners had performed at a lower level than expected. In each case, the students' performance matched the expectations that had been held, independent of their native abilities. Wouldn't it be a shame to have low expectations for any student? Children learn differently, and a good teacher somehow finds a way to help each student learn. Don't be afraid to be a cheerleader for excellence. In science and math. In fact, U.S. student performance in physics was rated among the lowest of the participating countries. We may have had high expectations, but we didn't have the commitment to do the necessary work for success. As a nation, we need to face the challenge of preparing our children with a better understanding of science. A well-educated workforce will be needed to succeed in the global economy of the 21st century, much of which will be driven by physics-based advanced technology. Some schools, faced with budget pressures, have made compromises that lead to failure. I've heard that as many as 57% of the high school teachers in math and science were not trained in either math or science. So what message are we giving to our students? It seems as if we don't place a very high value on their education in math and science. The bottom line is, high expectations for our students must begin with our commitment to make it possible for them to succeed. Many of you are familiar with Lake Wobegon, where all the women are strong, all the men are good-looking, and all the children are above average. I'm afraid that this international test has demonstrated that the average of the U.S. high school students is not very high compared to other countries. With the resources available in this country, we can do better. We just need a commitment to excellence. And working together as teachers and parents, as students and schools and businesses and communities. We can do better, but everybody needs to make a commitment. So what is a pioneer? The dictionary says that a pioneer is one who goes before into that which is unknown or untried to prepare the way for others, as an early settler or a scientist doing original work. Pioneers often encounter difficulties, but they keep working through the rough spots. And they overcome barriers or apprehensions that might hold them back because they believe it will be worth the effort. They have to have high expectations. I would hope that you, like all pioneers, have high expectations for yourself, your children, and our country. Let me tell you about an early Platteville pioneer. His name was Herbert Spencer Gasser. He was born here in Platteville on July 5th, 1888. That's 110 years ago. He was educated here at Platteville Normal School. Gasser went on to get his bachelor's degree and his master's at the University of Wisconsin at Madison, finally getting his medical degree from Johns Hopkins in 1915. I don't know what he expected after he left Platteville, but I'll bet that he had high expectations, he had dreams and aspirations, and was excited about his future. He taught pharmacology at Washington University in St. Louis, and while he was there, he collaborated with Joseph Erlanger in a series of investigations into the physiology of nerve fibers. What he did was simply hook an oscilloscope up to nerve fibers and measure the electrical impulses that pass through the nerves of various diameters. For this research, Gasser and Erlanger received the 1944 Nobel Prize for Medicine. Now, I grew up here in Platteville. I attended this college, but I never heard of Gasser until about 10 years ago. In my work, I've had the good fortune to help a number of pioneering efforts throughout my career. My job is to recommend federal investments in research projects. One area I feel especially good about is the development of a new generation of X-ray machines, which are now 1,000,000, we call that a trillion, times more powerful than X-ray machines we had just 25 years ago. This is called Synchrotron radiation, which is a waste product from circular electron accelerators used in high-energy physics experiments. Electrons with high enough energy can produce radiation in the X-ray region, and scientists found that this waste product was especially useful for studying the atomic structure and the electronic behavior of materials. These new synchrotron sources now allow scientists to see many more details at an atomic level because of their increased brightness. Scientific discoveries made possible by these machines have been especially valuable in providing insight into the behavior of many different kinds of materials, including catalysts, metals, alloys, magnets, semiconductors, and biological molecules. One of the first synchrotron light sources in the world was established in 1973 at the Physical Sciences Laboratory at the University of Wisconsin, located at Stoughton, high above Lake Kagonsa. This was pioneered by a man named Ed Rowe, who built the first machine out of spare parts. And this proved to be so successful that he built another called Aladdin in 1978, and it's still running today. Others have been built at Cornell, at Stanford, Brookhaven National Laboratory on Long Island, at the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. The Department of Energy has just completed the construction of the most powerful X-ray source in the world. This machine is called the Advanced Photon Source and was built for about $800 million. It was finished ahead of schedule and under its budget. The central feature in this machine is an electron storage ring, which is about 2/3 of a mile in circumference. Over the past 25 years, nearly 75 synchrotron light sources of various sizes have been built around the world, and has truly become a multi-billion-dollar business. Now, why is this important? Well, these are important tools which can help us to find answers to long-standing problems, ranging from basic physics to medicine and biology. The best scientists in the world come to use these powerful X-ray beams. Teams of researchers use very intense X-ray beams to determine the molecular structure of a virus, and then study ways in which a potential drug can bind itself to the virus and how a virus attaches itself to a cell. This will enable scientists to design drug molecules intelligently instead of by trial and error. One can learn which part of a molecule can specifically inhibit viral activity by attaching itself to the active site on the virus. This may be the way to cure the common cold. That's why I went into physics. It's been especially rewarding to see this venture, which began 25 years ago, become the worldwide enterprise that it is today. Opportunities can come from unexpected directions. A pioneer needs to have confidence that hard work will be useful at some point. You need to believe that you are capable of making positive contributions, whether it's in teaching, in finding new ways to help children learn, or engineering to find better ways to make something, or in agriculture, where you find better ways to use the land, or communications, where you find better ways to get a message across. I've bragged about the success of the Pioneer basketball team in my office back in Washington, and I've even gotten a few of them interested in the fortunes of the Pioneers. As it turns out, one of my colleagues used to play high school basketball with Bo Ryan. I tell you, it's a small world out there, and you'll be surprised to learn how you're connected to people you don't even know yet. I played basketball here for 4 years. I earned the label as the guy who always tripping over the black lines. But Platteville is more than basketball, and it's more than a training camp for the Chicago Bears. This is a good school. You can get a really outstanding education here, and that hasn't changed. Pioneers are leaders, but don't assume that you need to do everything by yourself. Work with others. You can learn a lot from them. Team play is important. One of the fascinating things I learned about the basketball team here was that the starting five scored only 20 points more than the whole rest of the team over the whole season. I can tell you that it is truly exciting to be part of an enterprise where you are making contributions to the success of your team. Together, you can accomplish truly amazing things, but you need the commitment and you need to work at it. In closing, I want to welcome you into the ranks of the Pioneer alumni. None of us knows where we're going to be 10 or 20 years from now, but you will still be a pioneer. One way to stay in touch is to go to the World Wide Web and check out the UWP homepage. I do. That's how I get the basketball scores, because the Washington Post doesn't carry them. Use the skills that you've gathered here at Platteville and build on them. Be optimistic. Your best days are ahead of you. And so, as Garrison Keillor would say, be well, do good work, and stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Each year, our faculty and the Alumni Association recognize alumni who have brought honor to the university. Since our alumni include winners of the Nobel and Pulitzer Prizes, members of the U.S. Congress and Wisconsin legislature, and presidents of major corporations, the choices are never very easy. Today we honor 5 of our alumni as models of this graduating class. and in recognition of the achievements of their achievements and contributions made by all of us who have been here at this university. I will introduce today's honorees. Each will stand as I do so, and I will ask that you hold your applause until all are introduced. Biographies of the honorees are in your commencement program. I really encourage you to take a look at the full biography of each of our honorees. First, William Brodsky completed a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics in 1977 and a Master's degree in Agricultural Industries in 1980. Mary Eastwood attended in 1947 to 1949 and completed her bachelor's and law degrees at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. Dennis Pratt graduated in 1965 with a Bachelor of Science degree in secondary education with a major in social sciences. Theodore Richards completed a Bachelor of Science degree in civil engineering in 1961. William Schinker graduated in 1969 with a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry. Our congratulations and appreciation to each of you for your contributions which have brought honors to you and to your alma mater. Mr. Dennis Pratt, President of the UW-Platteville Alumni Association, will now announce the awards of Alumni Life memberships. Mr. Pratt.
Thank you, Chancellor Marquis. Graduates, on behalf of the UW-Platteville Alumni Association, it is indeed my pleasure to congratulate you and your families on this graduation today. It is our hope that you will continue your involvement in UW-Platteville as a member of the Alumni Association. I know that many of you have already joined the association. I hope that you will participate in the many activities that the association sponsors and will return to the campus often. Also, I ask that you show your pride in the degree that you received today in 3 ways. First, hang your diploma in your workplace. Second, display UWP memorabilia in a prominent place in your home. And finally, place a UWP window sticker in your vehicle or perhaps purchase a Pioneer license plate. At each commencement, the Alumni Association recognizes several graduates for their outstanding academic, campus, personal, and professional achievements by awarding them honorary life memberships in the association. This spring, we have selected 5 individuals. I will introduce them alphabetically. I ask them to please stand and please hold your applause until all are introduced. As the recipients stand, please remain standing until all are introduced. Cassandra Condon from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, today will receive a degree in animal science and pre-veterinarian medicine. Dwayne Heller, Menasha, Wisconsin, a degree in electrical engineering and computer science. Dawn Kyle from Whitewater, Wisconsin, a degree in animal science and agribusiness. Betsy Newhouse from Decorah, Iowa, a degree in biology and pre-dentistry. Emily Wiggin from West Bend, Wisconsin, a degree in criminal justice. Congratulations to each of you, and thank you very much.
We're extremely proud of all of our graduates and will shortly recognize each of them. However, I would like to give special recognition to a group who have distinguished themselves throughout their academic careers. The undergraduate students graduating with academic honors are designated with asterisks in your commencement program and are wearing gold honor stoles. Will those individuals who have achieved highest honors and are graduating summa cum laude please rise and remain standing? These students have earned cumulative grade points averages from 3.75 to a perfect 4.0. please remain standing. Will those students who have achieved honors and are graduating magna cum laude please rise and remain standing? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages from 3.5 to 3.74. Please join me in recognizing the accomplishments of these students. Now will all the candidates... Mr. Chancellor, as Provost, I certify that the candidates standing before you have completed the curricula prescribed by the university faculty for the degrees of Master of Science in Education, Agricultural Industries, or Industrial Technology Management, or the degree of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Science, and are entitled to receive their degrees from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I therefore recommend that these candidates be granted the appropriate diplomas for the curricula completed. Please be seated. No, don't sit, don't be seated.
Please rise. Upon this certification by the Provost that you have completed the requirements established by the university faculty for the various degrees, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree which you have earned, together with all of the associated rights and privileges of this degree. Congratulations. Please be seated. Will the deans now present the degree recipients?
Will the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Business, Industry, and Life Science and Agriculture please stand? Mr. Chancellor, as Dean of the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture, and representing the college faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture. Will the recipients please come forward?
Diane Lynn Bancroft DeYoung. John Paul Anderson. Peter Andrew Augustine. Daniel Alfred Bark. Matthew Frederick Barnes. Jennifer Marie Bartle. Mark Ewald Beilman. Carlene Hosuk Benson. Nathan Matthew Bernhardt. Sarah Gabrielle Besch. Kelly Lynn Beanfang. Kent Richard Bindle. Eric Louis Birschbach. Ann E. Bader. Joshua Michael Bolter. Jason Benjamin Bossy. Kevin Robert Brenneman. Matthew James Brenneman. Tony Glenn Brewer. Wendy C. Brown. Melissa Jo Brunskill. Michelle Jean Bryant. Amy Noel Buckland. Tamara J. Bula. David Brian Boots. John Bennett Carlson. Stephen John Casandonte. Richard Welke Cass. Ryan Christopher Cerny. John Atlee Church II. Dustin Owen Clark. Travis W. Clark. Nathan S. Clark. Robert Lloyd Clarkson. Thomas John Cody. Casey Roman Conan. Cassandra K. Condon. Karen C. Crownhart. Ashley John Cullen. Todd Allen Dahl. Nehal K. Dalal. Laura Jean Davidson. Beth Ann Davison. Calvin John Dietz. Joel Frederick Degner. Joseph Michael Delmar. Donald Wayne Dutcher. Chadwick Coltrane DeVos. Aaron Patrick Dobbs. Angela Sue Donovan. Shane Thomas Drinkwater. Scott Duane Drews. Barbara Jo Dublo. Jason Robert Dvorak. Tanya Marie Ellers. Susan L. Ellefson. Brad Joseph Fox. Leslie J. Franzen. Gary Vincent Gard. Heath N. Gary. Scott Joseph Gensler. William Joseph Good. Ryan Lee Gracemeyer. Adam Christopher Grozen. Jeffrey David Grunewald. Christopher Michael Haig. Tony Joseph Hanfeld. Molly Ann Hartman. Catherine Louise Hayden. Robert Paul Heindel. Stephanie Jean Helland. Megan Elizabeth Henry. Jamie J. Hoy. Anne Marie Hoffer. Benjamin Michael Hoffman. Matthew John Hubert. Ted Ronald Huizinga. Alexander Carl Hummel. Aaron Wesley Ingersoll. Brian David Jazuski. Jason Michael Jaworski. Jeremy Allen Jensen. Kimberly Lynn Johnson. Scott Allen Johnson. Shane Tyler Johnson. Jason Howard Jung. Brett J. Keller. Ethan Thomas Kent. Corey Thomas Kesenik. Joanne Kirschbaum. Aaron John Klug. Leah Ugoretz Kostek. Kevin E. Krager. Michael John Kronebusch. Erin Elizabeth Cruiser. Nicholas James Kurtz. Dawn G. Kyle. Andrew J. Lang. Jessica Joy Langfoss. Wen Lau. Isaac E. Lobby. Angela Carlotta Lawrence. Kristen A. Lee. Alicia K. Leonard. Robert Henry Lesandrini. Bryant H. Lewis. Andre Paul Lorenzen. Russell Frederick Lubke. Li Shao Luchterhand. Charles Frederick Ludke. Brian William Mankey. Linda Anna Martinez. Lee Russell Mao. Shah Muhammad McCarthy. Al Lee McClavish. Jenny Elizabeth Medici. Tracy Lynn Meyer. David Wayne Mess. Rebecca Ann Moore. Leonard John Moret. Paul Andrew Munson. Aaron D. Murphy. Philip H. Namer. Angel Rose Nelson. Mark P. Nethery. Betsy Ann Newhouse. Peter Frederick Okonski. Douglas Richard Omernick. Kurt John Upkennorth. Amy Jo Otterbeck. Matthew P. Owens. Timothy Pangborn. Brian James Pankratz. Angela Carmel Parker. April Renee Parrish. Jeremy Michael Patenode. Nicole Renee Patterson. Scott Anthony Pauli. Christine Ann Peniston. Stephen Joseph Peterson. Duk Q Fan. Aaron Michael Pick. Charles David Pitzlin. Rosemarie Probst. Jonathan Ray Prochnow. Charles Edward Rindy. Jennifer Joy Robbins. Christopher Stephen Rowe. Andriana Zacchini. Thaddeus Lee Salverson. Chad Eric Sampson. Eon D. Satter. Terrence James Schaff. Kurt Joseph Schaefer. James Lee Scharfenberg. Jeremy Ryan Schaumburg. Nathan Daniel Shep. Louise Ann Schmidt. Krista Marie Schneering. Scott Michael Schradel. Tammy Lynn Scott. Andrew John Zagelski. Brian Michael Shannon. Sarah L. Schaefer. Sarah Jane Showers. Greg Donald Smith. Michael John Smith. Sarah J. Smirchna. Brian Peter Stephan. Martina Lynn Steger. Christian Michael Steyer. Matthew Ryan Stavarius. Jeffrey Jerry Stoltenow. Paul James Sternad. Andrew Dwight Davis Sweeney. Molly M. Taylor. Mark A. Tesh. Terry A. Thompson. Barry James Thrun. Tricia Lynn Timmerman. Christopher William Tobias. Joan J. Traxel. Tyle J. Tremmel. Mark Allen Udelhoven. Amy Sue Wade. Corey John Weigel. Randall Thomas Wentland. Fred Carl Westfall. Brian Carl Wokley. Sonny Dwight Wilbert. Rodney A. Wolf. Kendra K. Wolfgram. Zhao Ying Hyong. Suzanne Lynn Yancheski. Mark Henry Young. Gregory M. Zumdahl.
We wish you the very best as you move forward in your careers or whatever you do. We'll remember you. Thank you. Please be seated.
Will the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science please stand? Mr. Chancellor, as Dean of the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science, and representing the college faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. Will the recipients please come forward?
Noah Jonathan Golick. Roxanne Marie Aid. Yaw Awosu Ampoma. Robert J. Anderson. Randy Patrick Osmond. Michael Charles Balam. Bradley E. Banfield. Daniel Lee Biggers. Kevin Thomas Bina. Stephen Richard Bishop. Bradley Ronald Betcher. Michael John Betcher. Darren David Boney. Scott Michael Bramer. Jamie L. Brandt. Andrew N. Braun. Brian Jeffrey Brewer. Bradley Scott Byam. Alvaro Camblor Ramos. Jonathan Carl Carson. Eric A. Carter. James W. Clairbout. Thomas Cobb. Donna Marie Crawford. Brian Wayne Cunningham. Daniel Allen Degner. Michael Robert Denman. Nicholas V. Dolph. Blake T. Elzinger. Paul David Ertmer. Paul James Ferrier, Craig Allen Flannery, Chris P. Forstera, Kyle G. Gassner, Jeremiah O. Geibel, Jonathan Philip Gerard, Nicholas John Rosenbach, Jay Haferbecker, Dale Kenneth Hamilton, Matthew Lewis Heil, Duane Matthew Heller, Jarrett Lee Hewitt, Chris K. Hoole, Todd Michael Janigo, Alexandria Johnson, Jeffrey Wade Johnson, Jody Lynn Johnson, Cheryl Ann Kelly, James D. Kempen, Jonathan Paul Canzera, Brian John Kirkman, Sherry L. Crumpos, Tristan Hayes Lambert, Louis Lawrence Landucci, John Michael Langhans, John Christian Lauper, Jeremy Michael Lenzendorf, Troy Stephen Lucy, Beth Ann Lundquist, Nicholas G. Malice, Ryan R. Marks, Andy V. McPeak, Kendall John McWilliams, Steve D. Meyer, J. Brett Miller, Paul Joseph Montalto, Todd William Moore, Aaron Stephen Murray, Todd William Needham, Daniel Thomas Nemke, Zachary Graham Obert, Aaron John Ostrike, Michael A. Olson, Peter William Ollerbeck, Jared Duane Osborne, Scott Dennis Paulskill, Clark Matthew Peplinski, Sarah Ann Peterson, Michael Stephen Peterson, Yancey John Piepenberg, Chad M. Pink, William Jeffrey Pino, Stephen Lee Propson, Jason Quaid, Jeffrey Martin Korberg, Charles Myron Rastall. Jeffrey A. Rich. Michael R. Ribberick. Fred Michael Robles. Tracy Lynn Sankbell. Scott A. Schatzsnyder. John Robert Schmitz. Tad Jeremy Shaner. Travis Jeremiah Schreiber. Aaron John Schrader. Mark T. Schulz. Brent Lawrence Schuster. Jeffrey John Simmendahl. Dion D. Springer. Andy John Stilling. Jason P. Strange. Todd David Sudmeyer. Brian Edward Sweeney. William Haslow Tarter. William W. Taylor. Shane E. Toms. Eric Carlton Twerberg. Jeffrey W. Voskuel. Jeffrey Kenneth Warner. Wade John Wetzel. Craig Gerald Witcher. Jared Francis Winters. James C. Wolfel. Mark Mateo Wojciuk. Jamie Lynn Wandrush. Deng Ziong. Mao Su Yang.
Congratulations to the graduates and the best of luck in the future. Please be seated.
Will the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Liberal Arts and Education please stand? Mr. Chancellor, as Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education and representing the faculty of the college, I present to you the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Liberal Arts and Education. Will the recipients please come forward?
Aaron Leah Placo. Brooke Hillary McNair. Mandy Lynn Abbott. Melissa Jo Ackerman. Lawrence L. Ahrens III. Shelley L. Undile. Stacy Ann Aaron. Brian Richard Baker. Molly Jean Bays, Sarah Jane Bessel, Johnny Lee Bindle, Heidi Jo Bodendine, Garrett Joseph Beckler, Zachary Emmanuel Bowling, Troy Anthony Bonlander, Pamela K. Brownlee, Jason Paul Budzinski, Matthew Harold Burton, Todd James Bychinski, Graham Matthew Campshire, Linda Elaine Carl Elzen, Marion Dorotea Castillon Ahrens, Brian Edward Chapman, Scott Lee Chapman, Michelle Summer Christensen, Christina Marie Cocaine, Kelly Lynn Connolly, Tara Lynn Cummins, Scott Allen Datum, Jason Edward Daniels, Andrew John Denso, Raghu Prakash Rao Dedevaguptapu, Tracy Ann Domachek, Melissa L. Drissel, Angela Lynn Dressler, Archie Benjamin Dunbar, Adria Brooke Ely, Lisa K. Elliott, Amy Lynn Faraday, Christopher John Fight, Jennifer R. Fink, Dale Ross Fisher, Leslie Autumn Fox, Ann Barbara Frommelt, Jason James Fuhrer, Lisa Ann Fujita, Victoria A. Furno, Sandra May Ganchert, Rachel Lynn Guerin, Christina Marie Garski, Nicole Lee Gelnick, Renee Catherine Gersner, Christopher W. Ginger, Angela Lynn Glugla, June Marie Gramlich, Kristen Corey Haas, Heather Jo Hackle, Jennifer Ann Hackworth. Lisa J. Harrison. Tanya Lee Hill. Karen Sue Hinderman. Corey Lynn Hirschbrunner. Hayes Eugene Hessel. Carrie Ann Hudson. Alicia Lynn Hunter. Christina Michelle Isaacson. Adam S. Jacobs. Gregory Arthur Jerdot. Rebecca Jean Jenkins. Catherine Marie Johnson. Holly Jean Johnson. Benjamin William Jones. Chad Basil Canably. Matthew Lewis Kelm. Lisa Catherine Kenny. Brian James Ketchmark. Sarah Bridget Rose King. Gregory Patrick Klepotowskis. Susan M. Keller. Joshua Carl Kopp. Derek W. Kraus. Sarah Lynn Kozulka. Sheila Ann Latowski. Tara Danielle Lee. Catherine Joy Lehnertz. Tina Marie Lenz. Erin Joyce Ludi. Colleen K. Mahaffey. Rita Shekel Martin. Rebecca Lynn Matzik. Mia Maria Marie McIntyre. Wendy Lynn Metco. Phil Gary Miller. Jade Michael Moen. Charles Collier Moore. Stephen A. Nagel. Christina Marie Nelson. Jenny C. Niemeyer. Sarah Frances Nolan. Andrea Lynn Noon. Howard Oates. Eric Allen Odgers. John Anthony Ulrich. Edward Dennis O'Keefe. Brad Carl Olson. Ryan Thomas O'Rourke. Anna B. Pagnucci. Jennifer Lynn Partenheimer. Jason Dean Peterson. John Robert Pitzel. Kimberly K. Podicombe. Renee Abigail Rayleigh. Gary Joseph Riggles. Stacy Marie Rickers. Lynn Ann Roderick. Holly Lynn Rush. Laura Renee Schlickow. Brad Lee Schmidt. Vicki Lynn Schultz. Cindy Ann Schuster. Shannon Marie Semmelhack. William Kenneth Shores. Teresa Marie Short. Thomas P. Siebold. Bridget Mary Smith. Samuel J. Steinoff. Stephanie Ellen Stevenson. Noemi Stessman. Ruth Ellen Sutton. Trudy Lynn Swadek. Corey Catherine Teberg. Corin Leah Schemmel. Ruben Ernesto Tejerino. Carrie Elizabeth Tallman. Angela Dorothea Thompson. Kathy Renee Thompson. Nicole Nanette Thompson. Benjamin Kenneth Whitenbrock. Jamie Grace Wachter. Jeffrey John Waltz. Brian F. Wagnus. Jason M. Warnock. Emily Jane Wiegand. Natalie Lucinda Wilmot. Jeremy Leonard Wingy. Karina Ann Yockler. Heidi Jo Ziegler.
My warmest congratulations to you all, and please be seated.
Will the recipients of the master's degrees now stand? Mr. Chancellor, as Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and representing the graduate faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degrees of Master of Science and Master of Science in Education from the School of Graduate Studies. Will the recipients please come forward?
Michael Daniel Alimo, Jr. Robert B. Anderson. Carolyn J. Brokish. Jennifer Sesich. Gregory Carl Kerwin. Jane M. Dietzel. Elizabeth Ann Dish. Victoria L. Feltz. M. Michelle Golmer. Michael A. Grindle. Matthew M. Hahn. D. A. Hens. Dolores Catherine Hines. Eve Howell Ryder. Dawn Michelle Johnson. Weijia Lin. Stephen D. Leffelholtz. Philip J. McDaniel. Michelle L. Miller. Carla J. O'Rourke. Jennifer L. Ott. Claudia K. Quam. Sheila Lee Schneider. Judy L. Souls. Karen S. Steindorf. Christina Sue Tice. Charlotte Ann Thorncroft. Stacy Marie Updike. Connie Vaughn Olson. Sandra J. Weber Gavin. Michael Allen Zackow.
Our most sincere congratulations to all of you. Please be seated.
Again, congratulations to all of the graduates. This ceremony would not have been possible without the time and effort of so generously given by a number of groups and individuals. The members of the Commencement Committee are listed in your program. William Campbell, a distinguished member of our faculty, is Commencement Marshal. The names of the graduates were read by Edward Deneen, the Registrar. The University Student Ambassadors distributed programs and organized seatings for audience members. Lead singer John Ulrich, conductor G. Daniel Fairchild, and the Wind Ensemble deserve our appreciation for the music and accompanying today's ceremony. Will the committee members, Mr. Deneen, Professors Campbell and Fairchild, Mr. Ulrich, and the members of the Wind Ensemble please stand and be recognized. As we say farewell to our graduates, I want to give them the opportunity to recognize those that have guided them through their college life with gentle prodding, friendly assistance. It is your instructors and advisors who have challenged, provided inspiration, and bring life to the learning process. Faculty colleagues, I am proud to be among you. Please rise and be recognized by all of the graduates and everyone here as well. Thank you. Today we especially recognize the dedicated and exemplary service of a number of colleagues who plan to retire from their faculty responsibilities this year. Some are with us today. Would you please rise if your name is read, and please reserve applause until everyone has been introduced. William Campbell, Ralph Curtis, Fred Eberline, Roger Hoover, Alan Menenga, Milton Mitchell, Charlie Salutis, Tom Vale. Thank you. Thank you for your many years of service and contributions to everyone at this institution. Another group that has provided not only encouragement, moral support, and financial assistance, but care and love as well. Will the parents, grandparents, husbands, wives, children, grandchildren of the graduates, please stand and let us all recognize you for all the contributions you've made. Thank you. Please return. Please turn to the inside back cover of your commencement program. Stand and join John Ulrich in singing our alma mater.
Alma mater, grand and glorious, we shall ever be victorious. Loyal are we to you, dear Platteville, pioneers will be. We shall win her honor. Praise be ever on her. Onward, upward to the fore, none shall falter evermore. Alma mater, grand and glorious, wrought by loyalty.
Please be seated. The commencement ceremony has been videotaped and will be televised tomorrow night, 7 o'clock p.m. on Campus Channel 5. Would everyone please remain seated until the graduates have left the stadium? They will greet parents, relatives, and friends in the area behind the stadium. Thank you.